Now, when you look at something like the Sontec, it's pretty close to perfect. I mean,
yeah, it's like the most digital looking analog piece of gear that I've seen in terms of just how well behaved it is.
It's flat, it's quiet, it's very low distortion. But it's not zero distortion, and it's not, infinitely quiet, and it's not infinitely flat. Even when you have all the knobs set to zero, it's got a little bit of, variation. So that was a big part of like what gives this thing its tone, is like, how does it deviate a little bit from flat when it's all zeroed out? The box, at least that we looked at, doesn't have like a relay bypass. So, you're going through it flat. You're not just going around the box when you turn it off, or when you flatten out the knobs. And then the curves on that EQ are extremely interesting. They're not just a straight up, simple, second order type of filter. There's a lot going on in interaction between the various settings, but it's also extremely consistent because it was designed to be extremely consistent. So we put a lot of effort into capturing that structure of what the device was doing in terms of its analog distortion characteristics, its flat behavior, and the way that the curves, the response curves of the bands change as the parameters interact with each other. Because they're not simply a simple bell. There's a bell with a shelf and a pedestal, and all of those parameters actually change when you change the width and you change the gain. It's hard to capture it without overdoing it. And I think that's one of the things that often emulations fail at. You certainly see that in guitar amp emulations, is that in the quest to sort of capture that character and have it be obvious all the time, it's not actually capturing the dynamics and the nuance of it. And the actual nuance of those devices is actually much more subtle than I think a lot of emulations give it credit for. And so that was what we did in terms of that state space modeling, is not trying to look at it and, this transistor behaves this way and this capacitor has this leakage. It's how do we capture the state and how the state evolves inside of the device under signal conditions in order to build something that sounds like that device.